so much, Chair Przansky. I appreciate the flexibility. Chair Przansky, Vice Chair Thatcher, and members of the Senate Committee on Judiciary. My name is Andrea Valderrama, and I have the honor and privilege of representing Outer East Portland in House District 47, and am pleased to be here today to support SB 426. This is this bill to address wage theft here in the construction industry. When wages are stolen or unpaid, the impact is multi-generational. It's significant and it's extremely harmful. The Oregon Law Center submitted written testimony in 2023 when this bill came before us in support of that version, HB 2057, that stated, quote, wage theft robs an individual's ability to take care of themselves and their families, and it disproportionately impacts low-wage workers, women, people of color, and immigrant workers, end quote. This bill, SB 426, addresses the income inequality and unfair labor practices that predominantly undocumented Latinx or immigrant refugee workers face. And this bill ensures that workers are paid fairly and provides a strong legal avenue to recover unpaid wages, reducing the need for expensive legal representation. So suppose a subcontractor doesn't pay their workers and evades responsibility. In that case, it is challenging for the workers to recoup their wages because they may not know their employer. And if a subcontractor, minority-owned or otherwise, is allowing wage theft to occur, they should be held accountable and their business practices should be questioned. In addition, many construction workers work for a short period on one project and then move to another. So these workers are essential skilled workers. Without them, industries such as construction would be unable to function efficiently. But unfortunately, the complexity of employment tiers or layers of contractors between workers and project owners has made it difficult to track whether wage theft occurred. Workers may not report wage theft because of possible fear of retaliation, or worse, if other factors such as immigration status are considered. You heard a little earlier about some of the specifics of this bill, but what I wanted to share is just my personal understanding and knowledge of what it's like to have that economic stability of whether your family's wages would be paid, and really how debilitating and destabilizing it is, how the impact truly is intergenerational and preventable. So urge you all to support and move out of this committee SB 426. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Chair Przansky, my name is Javier Santizo. I'm a representative with the Western States Regional Council of Carpenters, and the stories of workers that you've heard is not only my story, but the story of my father. I became a carpenter by following my father's footsteps. I experienced living in these job sites alongside with my father. We worked and lived out of his truck. And so one day I asked my dad, why don't you ever say nothing? Why don't you ever do nothing? And he looked at me with that look that I understood as a son. And I knew what my father's intent was. And he told me straight in the eye, I said, because I don't have a voice. That's your job. You're the citizen. So you need to be a voice for these workers. And that's why I became what I became. And so today I'm here representing the people that aren't unrepresented, the men and women that build our communities, our schools, our libraries, our hospitals. It's a disgrace that this happens on prevailing wage projects. But the thing is that it happens on housing projects also. And today I tell you and remind you that we can't and we cannot forget to look at the world through our neighbor's eyes. We need to do the American thing, because the American dream is for everybody that gets up and works in their profession. They deserve a fair wage, and they don't deserve to be stolen of their wages. And so I remind you to do the American thing. Let's do what we were voted to do as leaders in this community. And I thank you guys for your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Doug?